Hello guys, so today while working for my client, I faced a problem and then I realized that maybe I'm not the only one facing this problem. Maybe you guys also face this problem very often. So I thought it will be a good option to share with you how to resolve this kind of situation if you face in game development. So this is related to UI. So here you are saying that you are watching that we have multiple kinds, just buttons written here. So these are actually buttons. I forgot to use padding anyway. So if I press a button, you see something is happening. So there can be multiple buttons in your widget where you want that uh, instead of all buttons to do the same, I want one button I am pressing to do some particular task I wanted to assign. So I just showed you just locking because my objective was to lock the button once the objective is completed or user confirmed. So just think like a scenario that you have uh, anything. You have anything. Let's say you want to spawn a actor here, and once you are spawning the actor, your condition can be that it will be spawned only for once. So once it is spawned, this button this particular actor, think like these are actors. So one actor is spawned, you can't spawn anymore. So let's say this is the actor number 1 2 3 4, let's say 5, actor number 5 I want to spawn. So my condition is once I press this, actor 5 is spawned here, and I won't be able to spawn that actor anymore. Or even in a multiplayer game, there can be a condition that once you spawn that actor, other clients or other players won't be able to use that particular spawning for the actor. So this is the actual scenario. Now let's see how I resolved it, because it, as I mentioned, that in multiplayer games you will face this problem very often, and maybe my solution can help you in your journey. So I won't make everything from scratch, but I will explain you because I just made it. But okay, let's see what we got here. So here particularly I just created two widget. This is the icon. I just created two widget. One is button, one is buttons. So you can even rename it like all buttons. So this widget is all buttons and this is the button. So here, if I come here and for, I don't think I need a padding here. Anyway, let's give a left padding 5 and right padding 5, and just copy this padding for all other buttons so that we can have some good effects. Not like the messed up. So first thing is making a button. Now what I made here, I just take a canvas panel, set a custom height and width, and just matched this button here. So this is my button, a very normal thing. You all know that how to make a button. So after that, what I did is I just made a background which will give opacity. With the opacity I made it, so it will give you a feel that okay, you have locked something. And I make this icon. So this is also the same, that you have locked something. Now here is another twist. Now how we are preventing our button to be worked more, because if I just make this image above the button, and you see that if I have set it to no hit trace, then what will happen, that the image will come, but every time you try to press the button it will still work. So that's why I made it visible, so that, and also I made it the z order 1, because the button z order is 0, so that always this image interrupt player to press because of its visibility. So this is the pretty button thing. Let's move to the design part first. So this is the button where I took a scroll box and manually I added some buttons here. So this is a pretty obvious thing, and if you don't know how to do that, you can just go to here library and you can search for your button, and this is the widget I have created, so you can just drag and drop here so it will work. So that's it for the design part. Now let's come to the development part. So here's the coding part, where first thing you need to do is to take this background and icon and set to hidden, because when I first time play, I don't want that image and the icon to show here, right? So that's why you first need to set to is let me show you what will happen if you don't do that. It's a pretty obvious thing. You can see it is already logged, so you need to set it to hidden. After that, you can create an event, or you can also just take it where you want. It's up to you, because if I take it here, it will work the same. But for safety, you can create an event so that that event you can call anywhere in your project. So I just create an event, and after that I also did something that is here. I took a button index so that I can know from all these buttons which button I am pressing. I took the button index and set it to instance editable so that it can be editable, or it can be edited from anywhere, any other places I call this button. So again, I took a reference of that all buttons widget. Just you can, I mean, this is the same thing. Let's say I'm just saying this thing, and all buttons if I write. So this is the way you can take the object reference. So that's the very normal thing for uh, developers. So I just made it, but you will see that I haven't taken it from anywhere. I mean, I haven't used get actor, oh sorry, get widget of class, or I haven't called anything. So how will I make it work? Because if I don't do anything and I just call data from here, there can be error appear that access none trying to find this file. So what I have done is here in the coding part, first thing is I took all the buttons reference from here. I mean all the buttons I added, made it a array. First make an array, and then I promoted into a variable, because even if you don't want to promote, you can skip this part, because you can even directly drag and drop this. So from here, I want all the buttons I have in my all buttons widget to have that button reference I created here. So now from here, I just call that buttons. So this is the variable, sorry, this will be set. So set buttons. So this is the variable which I created here for taking the reference of all buttons. And as this is the widget which reference I took, so I just can, drag and write reference to self. So that's the pretty thing. Now you have your all buttons reference, and you have your buttons ready. Now I want when I click, so this is the on button clicked. If you go here and just go and press on clicked on pressed, it will work on any kind of project you are doing, any scenario you are facing. So there, first thing you need to do is that button index. Now what is the use of this button index? You will see in the design part, as I made it instance editable, all on every button I selected a button index so that I can know, or the game can know, which button I have pressed. I have set here manually, but there are automatic ways or dynamic ways also. Like instead of just manually drag and drop, you can get a for loop, and you can assign all buttons or any amount of buttons you want as a child of this scroll box. So these are the dynamic rules, but for the sake of this tutorial, we won't go there. So from here, what I am taking from this widget, all buttons widget reference, I am just taking the selected button index. So like I take this button widget reference here, same way I took a selected button index reference in here, but here you will see I haven't assigned or set the value anywhere. So how will my game know that what is this index? Because always this index will be 0, right? Always the value will be 0. So what I did is, first thing is I took the button index which I selected. So this button index, so every button I'm clicking, what it will do, when I click here, it will pass this value to here, to the selected button index from here. So it will pass the value to here. So once I press this button, so this is 2, so eventually this will be 2. Now after that, from this array I made, I'm just taking get a copy, and I am assigning the, which button it should consider. So I am assigning this selected button index here. Now the value I am getting from here, so every button you click, the value will be assigned. So this all widget know which button I need to lock, or I need to anything you want. So from here, the lock button part, I am just calling that, okay, lock that button. And here I'm just saying that lock selected button. So this is the lock selected button. And here on every button I press, I am just calling this event from here to here. So it is like one after another, because this event you can ignore, but this event you can't ignore, because this is the main event for this entire thing. So now the same thing. Oh, also one more thing you can, because this is the part where I called this particular widget so that I can show you guys. Now this part can be anywhere in your game. It can be in main menu, it can be in any gameplay mechanics, anywhere. So in my third person character, I just took the, create widget, and rest you know, I believe. So that's it. Now if I click a button, any event, any function, anything I want will happen, and this button will be locked. If I do this, this will be locked. So this is the solution I came up with. So I thought to share with you guys. Now let me know if you find this tutorial handy, and if you think this tutorial has made your life easier. So don't forget to comment down your favorite part or upcoming tutorial you want from me, and also like this video, subscribe the channel, and see you in the next tutorial. Thank you.